So this is after you've logged into your Wix dashboard, you should be in your, this is your website, should be right here. You may have to click on select site to get to this dashboard, but this is the page that you want. And you should see, you can see I'm working on a website here for Shemida, but you should be able to see this page, and this blue button is going to say edit site. So the first thing we're going to do is to edit site. But let me go over here. So these are the 4 steps. Can anyone see this? Are the 14 steps? There's 14 steps to adding new city pages. So we're going to talk about each of these. And again, like I said, this shouldn't take too long to get through. These steps are pretty simple. And I have these steps in a document I can send you. But we're just going to go through them live time. So here we go. So the first thing we're going to do is go into our Wix dashboard and go to edit site. And that's going to take a moment to load. And then once we get into our edit site, we're going to go open the pages, and we're going to duplicate one of our city pages that we already have. Because then we want to see the consistency. Then we're going to change the name of the page to the new city name and change the SEO slug, title, and description. And that's the first part of it. And the reason we want to do this before we ever do this down here is we don't want to hit save and publish before we change the SEO slug, title, and description. Because once it goes live, and then you go back and change that, you may end up with a soft error, 404 soft error. So we don't want that to happen. So we're going to do that first. And you can see I'm now into my website. And so here's the pages icon. So you can see your pages here. And just pick any of your pages. We'll pick Concord because that's the first one on here. And we're going to click these 3 little dots, and we're going to say duplicate. You can see it now comes up with a duplicate name, copy of Concord. So we're just going to put Danville in here and hit done. Now we're going to go back to these 3 little dots and go to our SEO. And you can see it says copy of Concord, which we don't want. So we wanted to say Danville. We're going to change Concord again to Danville. That's our title. We've now changed the slug and the title. And then here, all we should have to change is Danville homes for sale. And then we close this. So that is actually these first 4 steps. Pretty easy. Now we're going to change the banner, the city banner. So the page consists of, we can close this. So we've got a banner, we've got an image and a paragraph, a search link, and a map. And that's pretty much all we have on the city pages for the most part. If yours looks different, let me know. I can help you out with any of those additional changes. But I think everybody's pretty much has exactly the same thing. So this banner, this is all one picture with this black stripe and the name of the city. We do that because it works a lot easier on the mobile device. So if you have this, you may have where Concord is a editable text on your site, because we depends on the template. If it's editable, if you can edit that, the name of the city, go ahead and edit it. But you're still going to want to change the banner. And all we do is click on the banner and say change strip background. And we're going to say image. And then we're going to say upload media. And hopefully you've created your your banner and put it somewhere where you know where it is. And let's see, let me go find Danville. There we go. So we are going to upload it to our gallery, our site gallery here. And you can see these are each around 3 to 5 megabyte big. So they're good, high resolution banners. So once we have it, it's here. We can just say change background. And we've now changed the background from Concord to Danville. And if your header is floating over your image, your banner image, which not all of you have that. Some of you have a white banner up here, but if you have it floating, you're going to want to change the settings on it just a little bit. So make sure you have a black color behind it and turn it down to about 60 so that your header can show up. It just needs to be adjusted a little bit darker. So now I'm going to talk just a little bit about how we got to that point. Let me go here and change my share real quick. So this is my Canva page. So in my Canva account, I have this banner that I keep working with, and it's called a YouTube channel art. And you want to go into Canva and say create a design and put in YouTube channel art. And we want the picture to take up the entire canvas. So we're going to go to elements real quick and pick the grid that we want, which is this one. And you can see it covers up the entire canvas that we're using. And then we're going to go to photos and just say, put a kitchen or a house, living room, dining room. I don't usually use bathrooms on banners, but you could. And then all you're going to do is drag over the image that you want and put it on there. That one's kind of ugly. Let's pick this one. So there we have our banner, and you can either download it from here if you've already got the black stripe and the editable city page title on there. If you don't, let's go ahead and just add our text. And I usually do it as large as I can. And my MECCA regular is the text that we use on all of these. So if you don't have that font, let me know. I can send it to you. Let's make it as big as, let's go up to, I think it's 56. No, it's not. It's 80. Okay. So now we're going to put Danville in here. And we want to make this text white so that all of our pages look consistent. And now we're going to add an element. And I add this shape, this square shape, and just resize it so it's a stripe. Make it black. And then I stretch it out to the end on both sides. And now we're going to make it a little more transparent. And make sure that it's, oops, bring it forward. Make sure that the text is in the forward position. It is. And now we're going to download it from here. And that's how easy we just made a city banner. Just save it where you know that you've got it, okay? So let's go back over here to our website. And we've now saved our city banner and uploaded it onto our website. So now we need to change this. This is Concord, obviously. And if you don't have images, you might have an image of a local home that you sold or a neighborhood in your area. Try to use your own images or get them from Canva. And we're just going to say change image. And for now, I'm just going to put, I'll put this one in. This is just one that I had that was off of Canva. And now we're going to edit the text. If you don't have an image for Danville, you may have to upload it from your computer, but try to source your images as much as possible using your own images or images that you get from Canva. And then we're going to edit the text. We just say edit text, and we can start talking about Danville is a city in Contra Costa County in the San Francisco East Bay. That is centrally located in the northern section between Oakland and San Ramon. I'm just making things up, but you know your area. You can talk about your cities. So now you can go ahead and talk about, you know, the real estate market, or, you know, what the city has to offer, if it's family friendly, or what are the most popular neighborhoods. Just write your own paragraph.
Patsy, would keywords in here register for SEO?
Yes, but your keywords are probably Tom Lois, Santa Rosa Realtor, right? So
Okay.
I'll show you how to add those. So the thing with keywords, or you can say Santa Rosa homes for sale, but you need to know what your keywords are that on your website. And usually it's Santa Rosa Realtor, Santa Rosa real estate agent, and then Santa Rosa homes for sale.
So I didn't know if there were generic keywords that would be used here. Okay.
So I'll show you how to add keywords.
That's all right.
You want to have keywords in here like Danville homes for sale, or Danville real estate agent. But Danville may not be your primary location for SEO. So you still want to add the others. Okay.
Okay.
So now next we're going to change the search link, and we can see that it has the name of Concord in it. So we're going to hit change text, or we're going to change Concord to Danville. And we need to change this link. So if you're Keller Williams, or if you're EXP, or whoever is on the line here, you can go to your own KW and put in, I usually just do current location, and get into here and then say Danville, California, and you're going to want it to come up under the city and select it from the under cities. So it creates a new URL up here. And by the way, so we're going to copy this, because that is what we're going to go put in here. We're going to paste it into there and say done. So we've now changed our search link just to pull the Danville properties. Now, if you want to add price in here, you can also add price. So let's say 550,000 or more. You can see it changes the URL. So when whoever clicks on this link, it's only going to bring up properties that are 550,000 or more in the city of Danville. You can also put a top limit on it, and you can see it changes again the URL. So you can add whatever you want into your URL. Your websites usually just have the city and the state, but you can alter the price and the property type, number of beds or baths, whatever you want to do in that. So now we have our Danville homes for sale. It's all changed over. We also have the URL for the hyperlink changed. So now we just have the map, and we click on the map and it says manage location. We're going to put in here Danville, California, and the title. And you can see it shows on here Danville, California. Now, if you want to change this so that it zooms out a little bit to the number 12, or zooms in number 14 or 15, you can change it, the radius. And then that's all there is to changing a page, adding a page. So now that we have our page created, the next step that we have to do is go up here to our menu and double click it so it's highlighted, and we're going to say add menu item, site page. See, we need to click Danville and add it, so we're going to say apply. It's going to add it to the very bottom of our menu, so we're going to grab it and drag it up under our cities, add it in here, and we're going to close it. Now let's go back to our homepage real quick. Actually, let me go back to Danville. Sorry. All right. Now that we're still on Danville, there's another step that we have to do. We have to edit this on the mobile device. So, and notice this has a floating banner. Most of yours do not have floating banners. So when you go into the switch to mobile, you're going to stretch out your banner. You can see how scrunched that got, and pull it out really big, okay? If you have a floating header, you're going to have to pull it up to the top. If you don't have a floating banner, you don't have to do that step. And this one, I haven't done mobile on here yet, so I need to pull that to the front. And I'm going to put this up here, and there you can see that everything is in here. And your headers should all be working fine. This one is in progress, so I don't have the header or the mobile built yet. So, and you may have a big space in here. Go ahead and hit delete the space. I usually click on the image where it's centered. I have my paragraph. I have my text or my search bar. And if it's too big, you can make the, just hit the minus so that it's the text on the search button, it fits, and you may have to resize it, which you can do. And then you can also recenter it if you need to. And then you have your map. If you want your map to be a little bit bigger, that's fine. And everything else should be good. So let's go back to our desktop view. And Tom, you were asking about the SEO. So in here, if you look at this text, it says Shemida Artia, Concord Realtor. So if you want, that is her SEO. If you want to add, and you should always add these, by the way, we're going to hit the plus button, add our text. And if you're just duplicating another page, it's probably already on there. You don't need to do this step. Right, Tom? But if
yes. Actually, I had another thought about how to use this cities thing. You know, we can, well, Diane might have an idea on this. So we might be able, for example, then given this, set up a page for a community. I'm thinking, for example, Blackhawk Country Club homes, right?
Sure. It can be a neighborhood. It can be a city.
A neighborhood.
Yeah. If it's searchable with Keller Williams.
Right.
because you're gonna have to put in Blackhawk. Or what is one of your communities up there?
Well, Oakmont, which I already have that page, but
But that's a neighborhood, right?
yeah,
Oakmont.
yeah, that's an area in the MLS. But there are other, for example, Burbank Gardens. Burbank Gardens is
If it's
considered a
recognizable
neighborhood.
by the EDX or the IDX. Burbank
Gardens.
Santa Rosa.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay, so you can see it comes up as a neighborhood, and as long as it's recognized in command, yes.
Yeah.
Because it creates a separate URL for that. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So now that we've done the mobile and the desktop, let's go back to mobile, make sure that we have that all situated, and we do. Except for we need to go into the menu now. So your mobile menu should be up in the top right-hand corner. And just like we added the city onto the main desktop menu, we have to add it here as well. So we click the menu, make sure it's selected, and say manage menu. We're going to say add an item, site page, just like we did on the other one. We're going to click Danville, apply. And now we're going to drag it up where we had it on the other one. And we're done. So we can go back to the desktop now. We've updated our desktop, we've updated the SEO, we've updated the mobile, and now you hit save and publish. Let's go back to our list here real quick to make sure we got it all done. Yep, looks like we got everything here. So that's all there is. Once you hit save and publish, you can go to preview or hit publish. I'm not publishing this site yet. And we should be able to look at our home, look at our local cities, find Danville, make sure it looks good, all good. And I'm just going to go back to my editor and close it. And we are done. That's all there is to adding a city page. It's 14 steps, but there's 14 very important steps.
One more question. If we were doing neighborhoods, can we nest a neighborhood underneath that city?
No, you can only have one submenu. You cannot put a submenu in a submenu.
Okay.
There is, or not to just be more complicated about it, but let me open this back up. And if I were to do something like that, what I would do is I would, under my city page, let's just pretend that we have Concord as our main page. And then I may want to add a button. Let's get this brought down, pull our map down, and let's duplicate this search button so we don't have to recreate it. And let's change the text. And let's pretend that Danville is a neighborhood, okay? So I might put a button on Concord that allows us to go to Danville. Let's change the link here. And not add Danville on my menu, keep it hidden on my website. So when I hit save and publish, they go to Concord and they see my neighborhood here, that they can click on it and it just has the neighborhood. So it doesn't, that way you don't have to have an image of the neighborhood. You don't have to have a banner. You don't have to have text written about the neighborhood, but you can have a search just for the neighborhood. Or that link could go to, oops, sorry. Let's go back to editor. So you could change this hyperlink instead of a web page, a web address, you can have it go to a page and go to Danville from there and hit done. So if you do create a neighborhood page, instead of going straight to the map here, it would go to that page, but it wouldn't necessarily be selectable from your menu.
Got it, thanks.
And you could have like 3 or 4 of these. If you look at what we did on another site here, one of the things that on hers, let's go to Pleasant Hill here, we put in, so Pleasant Hill City Government, Pleasant Hill Schools, these are all just buttons that we just kept duplicating, changing the text on, and adding the URL to the Pleasant Hill Rec and Park District, Pleasant Hill School District.
Excellent. That's exactly what I was thinking. Perfect.
Okay, the Downtown Association. So basically, it's going to take a minute for that one to come up. Let's see, utilities. So each of your pages, you could just add buttons with the URLs of where the information is, making your site more of a resource for your clients, especially your buyers if they're moving into the area. So yeah, you can get as creative as you want with building these city pages. And that's a very good example of how to do it with just URLs and with search links. So any other questions on how to add city pages? Did I lose you guys? Oh, I lost someone.
We're here.
I lost Jamie. Hi, Shannon.
Hey, how are you?
But you guys can make these city pages pretty powerful that way, just like we did on Laura's. Now that was a custom big build site, so just know that we don't normally put those on websites. That was she paid more than probably 4 times what you guys paid for your website for us to build that site out, because it's a ginormous site. It's a huge website. So anyway, yeah, that's how you can use this stuff, and it's really easy. I'm just going to hit delete on that if I don't have it, but really easy to do. So I'm going to stop my recording at this point.